everyone, welcome to Biology. Here we are with the chapter number 5, Human Body Excretory System, and this is the part 2 of the same video for chapter number 5. In the last video we have discussed the various excretory organs, of how the various organs of our body are helping in the excretion or removing the waste product of our body. Today we'll discuss we'll continue the chapter and we'll move to the excretory products. So in the human body, the products or the excretory products are of three different types and we can classify them in three major types. They are water, carbon dioxide and urea. Let us see the details. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the end product of respiration. Respiration is the process of converting food into energy. So when the food converts into the energy in this chemical process, only CO2 gas is produced and it is being thrown out of the body. So approximately 85% of this CO2 is transported through the blood plasma as sodium bicarbonate to the alveoli of the lungs. Yes, CO2 gas is dissolved in the blood, but this CO2 gas is dissolved in which form? In the form of sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate is NaHCO3. CO3 contains carbon dioxide in the carbonate ion, CO3 ion. So it is coming back in the form of sodium bicarbonate only, present in the blood plasma, in the liquid of the blood. It is dissolved there. And it is coming back to the alveoli of the lung, the cells of the lungs, and from there it is diffused into the air by exhalation. When we are breathing out, carbon dioxide comes out of the body. Next line you'll read, approximately 10% of the CO2 is carried away as potassium bicarbonate by the red blood cell. So major part, 85% of the CO2 is coming in which form? In the form of sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3, and around 10% of this CO2 again is coming in the same blood cells only. In which cell? In the red blood cell. In which form they are coming? In the form of potassium bicarbonate, that is KHCO3. So NaHCO3 is present where? NaHCO3 is present in the blood plasma. And where is this KHCO3 is present? It is present in the red blood cell. 10% CO2 is in the red blood cell, 85% CO2 is in the blood plasma. Blood plasma contains CO2 in the form of sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. Red blood cell contain carbon dioxide in the form of potassium bicarbonate. So this is how CO2 comes out of the body. Next is water. Water is also the end product of respiration. It is produced in the form of water vapor. So along with the blood stream, it will also flow in the blood. It reaches to the kidneys, and in the kidneys it is getting filtered and converts into urine. How the formation of urine is done, we will see in the same chapter in the later part. And so excess water, whatever extra water is there in our body, it is removed in the form of urine and also in the form of the sweat. It is coming out of on the skin. We have seen that in the previous video section, part 1 of this chapter. Now, next one is urea. In the liver, this process will start. Whatever extra proteins are there in our body, they will get converted into urea. Excess protein gets converted into the urea because the body cannot store the extra proteins. Body can store more fat, body can store more glucose or carbohydrates, but it cannot store more proteins. So these extra proteins are converted into urea. How it is done? These extra proteins or excess proteins are broken down into amino acid, means proteins convert into amino acid, and then amino acid will convert into urea. Protein into amino acid, ammonia convert into urea, and then this urea is carried with the blood and it is dissolved with the blood and it moves to the kidney. And then kidney will do their work. They will throw this urea out in the urine. So this process of converting protein into amino acid and amino acid into urea, this process is done in the liver only, not in the kidneys. This much process of converting protein to amino acid and urea, it is done in the liver only. And then the urea is dissolved in the blood. Blood will take this urea from the liver and move it to transport it to the kidneys, and then kidneys will do their work to remove this out of the body. So that is all. Excretory organs and products are given here again. The table you have to learn, this ticket there in your book, put a tick there, and you have to learn all the excretory products, and some notes are also given. Let us have a discussion, or let us understand what is written in this. Kidneys now, excretory organ. This will be a repetition of some topics we have seen, just as a revision. This table is given. So kidneys, excretory organ, kidney. What is the product it produces? It produces nitrogenous metabolic waste. Nitrogen containing metabolic waste. Metabolic waste are what? Waste produced in the reactions where energy is required. So Whenever energy is produced, wherever energy is required, those reactions are metabolic reactions, and in such reactions only some waste products are coming. If those waste products contain nitrogen, like urea is there, it is coming out through the kidneys. Also water is there, it also produced as the waste from the kidneys. We can say it is present in the urine. And urine also contains extra salts of the body. Different minerals are there which are extra in our body, they are also coming, and extra medicines also are thrown out of the body through the kidneys. How all these wastes are coming out? They are coming out as urine. Next, now lungs are giving the respiratory waste, that is what? That is carbon dioxide gas, and also some amount of water vapor is there. When we are breathing out, this water vapor also comes out of our body. So from there, where the CO2 is coming, is produced from the respiration in cell. Also this water vapor also produced in the same respiration. When food convert into energy, carbon dioxide and water vapor are produced as the waste products, and they are removed from the body by exhalation, by breathing out. Next is skin. Skin produces what? Skin produces excess water and dissolved salt. They are present in the sweat. Whatever sweat we are producing, that contains extra water and salt present in our body. How this sweat is produced? They are this extra water and salt, it is removed by the sweat glands. Sweat glands will produce the sweat and remove this extra water and dissolved salts in our body. Liver produces bile pigment. Bile pigment कैसे बनते हैं? They are made by the worn out red blood cell, means the dead red blood cells are converted into bile pigments, and this is done in the liver. So that is all for the table 5.1. We will move to the human excretory system, discuss the various parts of the human excretory system and how they are functioning. Renal excretory system, it is also called as renal excretory system, and this renal excretory system contains the following parts. Let us see one by one. First one is a pair of kidneys, second is ureters, third one urinary bladder, and the fourth and the last is urethra. These are the four main parts of the renal excretory system of human beings. One by one we will see and discuss all of them. First is kidney. Kidney are the main excretory organ in the human beings, and there are a pair of kidneys in the human beings. They are reddish brown colored, bean shaped, and they are enclosed in the transparent membrane attached to the back of the abdominal cavity, just above the waist. They are present. So at the back of the abdominal cavity, front side what will be there? Yes, stomach, intestine and all. But in the back of the cavity, kidneys are there. They are in pairs and the shape is bean shapes. So that you will see in the diagram also. So if you put your hand on your hips, and your kidneys are just where your thumbs are. So this is how you can locate or identify where your kidneys are present. So if you put your hands on your back, on your hips, then where your thumbs are coming, that thumb part is where the kidney is present. Kidneys are producing what? They produce urine, and this urine contains urea, water and other waste which are removed in the blood. How this urine is produced? As I said in the last topic, we will be discussing in this chapter only. Next part is ureters. Ureters are also two tubes that is running from the kidney. They come out of the kidney and they are just two tubes, and they are transferring the urine from the kidney to the next part, that is bladder. In between this ureter is there. Ureter are not having any special function, just they are carrying the urine. They transfer the urine which is produced from the kidney to the urinary bladder. Kidney will produce the urine. Kidney will produce the urine, and from that kidney it comes out into the ureter. From the ureter, the urine will collect where? It will collect in the bladder. So ureter are not having any special function, just they are carrying the urine from one place to another, from the kidneys to the bladder. That is only the function of ureter. Next one we will see here is urinary bladder. So I hope it is clear to you about the ureter. It enters obliquely into the urinary bladder and to the lower part of the abdomen, just carrying the urine only from the kidneys to the bladder. Let us read the bladder now. What is this bladder? Bladder is a bag-like structure. It is a thin, muscular bag-like structure. It is situated at the bottom of the abdominal cavity. So this bag-like structure, what it will do? Why the bag-like structure is there? Just to store the urine. To store the urine until it is sent out to the urethra. So whenever urine is produced in the kidney, it will move to the ureter and collect in the bag-like structure that is made of a muscle, and it is called as a bladder. Urinary bladder collects the urine which is produced. So to prevent the further moving out of the urine from the bladder here, the urinary bladder is having a muscular ring. This is called as sphincter. This sphincter will do what? It will keep the bladder closed until you are going to the washroom. This bladder will remain closed by the help of this sphincter until the urine is passed out. So this sphincter is helping in keeping the bladder closed all the time. Next is urethra. Urethra is what? It is a tube which is doing what? From there only the urine is passed out. It is having a canal-like opening. A small opening is there from which the urine is passed out of the body. So this is a small tube. It comes out from the bladder. Let us understand again in the diagram. Two bean-shaped kidneys are there. You can see these are bean-shaped kidneys on left and right side. Next thing is there, from the kidneys two tubes are coming outside. What are they called? I will just put in red color that same thing. These are called as ureter. This ureter will take the urine from the kidneys up to the bladder. Bladder is present at the lower part of the abdomen, and here this is that bag-like structure. In this what is happening? It collects the urine. It is just collecting the urine. Urine is produced in kidney and urine is collected in the bladder until this bladder is full. When the bladder is full, you will feel that you need to go to the washroom. So that is urine is collected in the bladder. This is a bag-like structure. It is closed always until it is full by the help of a muscular sphincter. A ring-like structure is there called as sphincter. And when you go to the washroom, then this urine which is in the bladder, it will come out through the small opening called as urethra. So that is how we have seen all the parts of the human renal excretory system. In the center you can see some blood vessels are also there. One is aorta, another one is vena cava, that is supplying the blood from the heart to the various organs. So here also it is present. What is the function of this? We will see in this same thing in the upcoming part when we will discuss the formation of urine in the last part of the chapter. Then we will see. For now, kidneys you have to observe, ureter you have to see, bladder and urethra. Only four things you have to see: kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, and fourth one is urethra. These are the four main part of the renal excretory system. Kidney produce urine, ureter transfer the urine from kidney to the bladder, bladder will collect the urine, and urethra will throw out that urine out of the body. So these are all four major part of renal excretory system. Some enrichment part is given here that we will read here. 20% of the blood from the heart will move to the kidneys every time. Whenever the heart is pumping the blood, out of the total blood, 20% will move directly to the kidney. What is happening in the kidney? Purification of the blood. Whatever impurities are there, whatever harmful poisonous substances are present in the blood, they will be filtered in the kidneys. Kidneys are doing the filtration of the blood. Next is oxygenated blood is reaching the kidney through the renal artery, and deoxygenated blood leaves the kidney. Means when the blood is entering the kidneys, it is oxygenated, it contains oxygen. And when the blood is moving out of the kidney, it is deoxygenated and it leaves the kidney. It moves back to the heart through the renal vein. Renal vein is having deoxygenated blood, means it is not having oxygen. Then what it is having? Deoxygenated blood contains carbon dioxide. It contains what? CO2 is there in this particular blood. It contains carbon dioxide. Next, now the kidneys regulate the composition of the blood in three ways. First, kidneys will do what? They will remove the harmful substances like urea is removed. Next, they remove the excess water. Also, they remove the extra salt. So, what things the kidneys are removing? Kidney are removing the toxic substance, poisonous substance from the blood. Second, kidneys are removing extra water in the body, and also they are removing the extra salts which are present in the blood only. So that is why all these extra substances are removed from the blood, and hence we can say kidneys are filtering units of the blood. Blood is purified there, it is filtered there. So that is all for this renal excretory system. Let us understand actually what is present inside the kidney, because they are the filtering units. So we will now understand the structure of the kidney. Structure of the kidney we will understand now. So kidney is divided into two different layers. Here spelling error is there. This is not district. You will also correct it in your book. This is distinct. Distinct means separate. We can distinguish between them. DISTINCT. So all please correct in your book. It is not district, it is distinct. So two distinct layers, two separate layers are there. One outer layer is called as renal medulla. This is outer layer, it is dark in color. Inner layer is lighter in color and it is called as renal cortex. Medulla outer layer, cortex inner layer. Again I repeat, renal medulla, renal cortex. Two layers are there in the kidneys. Outer layer is called as dark layer and name is renal medulla. Inner layer is lighter in color called as renal cortex. Medulla outer, cortex inner. Now medulla, outer layer, from there will start. The medulla contains cone-shaped structures which are called as renal pyramids. These pyramids are made up of millions of filtering units. Kidney is doing what? Filtration. So these filtering units are present in the medulla only. These are renal pyramids. And the pyramids contain the filtration units called as nephrons. Nephrons are also called as renal tubules. These nephrons we will see here in this diagram. First of all, this is the outer layer. You can see the color is dark. Outer color is dark brown color. You can see our first layer of the kidney. That is called what? That is the first layer of the kidneys called as the renal medulla. Secondary layer will be renal cortex, that is present inside. In the diagram, again one correction we will make. Cortex they have given outside, inner one they have given medulla, but this is wrong given in the book. Cortex is not the outer one, cortex is inner one. The outer layer is called as what? It is called as medulla. In the book it is given wrong. Second one is called as the inner layer, that is inside. You can see this light color I will show here, light yellowish color, that is called as the cortex, that is inside, deep inside the kidney. Now in the medulla part, this is the medulla part. In this what is present? Pyramids are there, triangular structures are there, triangular. I will use another color because it is not shown. So like this, different triangular color structures are there which are called as pyramids. These pyramids contain the nephron. They contain the filtering units which are called what? These filtering units are given a name. They are called as nephrons. This nephron structure, again a very detailed structure will be there. We will see another diagram for that. So let us continue now. This nephron is containing what? It contains a cup-shaped structure which is called as Bowman's capsule. Well, let us see this Bowman's capsule in another diagram. Here it is. This is the diagram for that. So this is the diagram of a nephron. So first part you see, it is a cup-shaped structure. Like this, a cup-shaped structure is there. So this is called as what? It is called as Bowman's capsule. This is the Bowman's capsule present in the nephron. Let us continue the reading. Bowman's capsule continues behind as a narrow convoluted tubule and opens up into the collecting duct. Let us come to the diagram again. This Bowman's capsule, you see Bowman's capsule, it will continue into the duct. A tube-like structure is there. This is all that is a tube, and this tube is finally moving where? It is moving into the main tube. This tube is the collecting duct. So what has happened in this nephron actually? Inside the nephron, formation of urine is done. How the urine is formed, how this urine is moving to the collecting duct, again and again the same concept is being highlighted. You will see this in the formation of urine in the last part of this video. Now only structure we are seeing. So Bowman's capsule we are seeing. All the collecting duct then pass through the medulla and enter the renal pelvis. You see in this diagram now, this is the pelvis area. So whatever urine is produced, that is happening in the central part. I will just use the green color. This is where I am putting the green color. Wherever putting the green color, that is filled up of nephrons. Millions of nephrons are there. 1 million means 10 lakhs. So lakhs and lakhs of nephrons are there in one kidney. So millions of nephrons are doing what? They are doing the filtering. They are doing the filtration of the blood. They are the filtering unit. They are producing the urine, and all the urine is produced from there and collected into the main duct and enters the renal pelvis. So this is the renal pelvis. Here only all the urine will collect and come out of the kidney into the ureter. Final part is ureter only. So this is where this collecting ducts from the nephron move into the pelvis, and pelvis opens up into the ureter. Now this part again, that nephron only, the Bowman's capsule encloses a network of blood capillaries called the glomerulus. Bowman's capsule and glomerulus together are called Malpighian body. For this we will have to see another diagram because it is not clear in this. So here if you see this Bowman's capsule, this is the Bowman's capsule I have made shaded with the green color. But above this green color you can see the red color also. What is this red color part? This is the blood vessel. Here in this, the blood enters the Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule is doing the filtration of the blood. So blood will enter the Bowman's capsule, and when this Bowman's capsule is entering here, this part blood vessel is coming in this cup shaped structure. This is called as glomerulus. What is the name? I will write here. It is called as glomerulus. The glomerulus and the Bowman's capsule, if you combine both of them, Bowman's capsule is only the cup-shaped structure, and glomerulus means Bowman's capsule with the network of the capillaries, blood vessels are there, then it is glomerulus. And both of these things together are called what? That is written here. Now we have done the reading. The Bowman's capsule together with the glomerulus. Both of these together, what they will form? They are called as the Malpighian body. So just a term only you have to remember. So that is all about the structure of kidneys. We will now move to the blood supply of the kidney. How the kidney is getting the blood, how this blood is coming out of the kidneys. So kidney they are receiving the blood supply from the renal artery. Renal artery is coming from the heart only. So heart is pumping the blood, and that blood is moving in the renal artery and entering the kidney. When the kidney filters the blood, then what about the outcoming of the blood? Then kidney is drained off by the renal vein. So for entering inside the kidney, here in the diagram you see the red color part. Red color artery is there, that is blood with the waste product, impure blood. Heart is sending the blood to the kidney for purification. So blood is not pure, it is having some waste product. So that is coming in the renal artery. That is impure blood is coming in the renal artery from the heart for purification, for filtration. After entering the kidney, blood will become clean, and this clean blood will come out of the kidneys in the renal vein. So wherever you see this blue color part, blue color vein is moving there in the kidney. This is all clean blood only. After the purification, blood is coming out. So blood comes out of the kidney by the renal vein. Blood enters the kidney by the renal artery. This is how the blood supply is done. And after entering, where the blood will move, let us read the full details now. On entering the kidney through the hilus, this is the hilus only, where this kidney is entering, where the blood is entering, this part is called as hilus. This is given in this diagram. And the blood enters the kidney through the hilus only. This is a small opening there. So enter the kidney through the hilus. Blood enters the kidney through hilus. At that time, this main artery will divide into small branches. These branches are called as arteriole. One main artery is there, renal artery. It is having all the blood. But then when the blood and this artery has entered the kidney, it will divide into branches. They are called as arterioles. And the arterioles will enter the renal cortex, the inner layer of the kidney. And here again the arterioles will divide again. They are subdivided into small branches. So more and more branches of the vessels or the arterioles will happen. These branches of the arteriole finally enters the Bowman's capsule, and there it is called as efferent arteriole. Spelling starts with A. Efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole in the Bowman's capsule, again it will make a network of the capillaries where it is called as glomerulus. So that we have just now seen also. Then this arteries will again, after purification, they will allow the blood to come outside. This is called as efferent. Let us see this, both of these in the diagram. Efferent arteriole, efferent arteriole. Where they are present? They are present in the Bowman's capsule. Let us see the diagram of Bowman's capsule again. So this is the nephron. Nephron के अंदर क्या होता है? Bowman's capsule होता है. This is the capsule. I have shaded with the blue color. अब blood enter होता है Bowman's capsule में. I will use green color now. तो जब blood enter हुआ है तो कौन सी vessel से enter हुआ है? That vessel, this part I have made circle there. That is called as efferent arteriole. Spelling A से start हुई है. ये artery है. इसका नाम क्या है? Efferent arteriole. The artery by which the blood enters inside the glomerulus. This is efferent arteriole. इसी के अपोजिट दूसरी आर्ट्रियोल होती है. इसके अंदर जब आगे देखेंगे यहाँ पे ब्रांच बन गए. आई एम मेकिंग अनदर कलर, यूज अनदर येलोइश कलर. तो यहाँ पे ब्रांच हो गई है. एफरेंट आर्ट्रियोल की अलग अलग ब्रांचेस बन जाती हैं इनसाइड द बोमेंस कैप्सूल, और फिर से ये सारी ब्रांचेस एक साथ कलेक्ट हो जाती हैं और एक ब्रांच बन के बाहर आती है, एक मेन आर्टरी बाहर आती है. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज इफरेंट आर्ट्रियोल. अब एफरेंट इफरेंट, ए स्पेलिंग स्टार्ट हो रही है ए से, तो ब्लड एंटर हो रहा है बोमेंस कैप्सूल में. स्पेलिंग ई से स्टार्ट हो रही है इफरेंट, दैट मीन्स ब्लड एंटर नहीं हो रहा है, एग्जिट हो रहा है, इट इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ द कैप्सूल. तो अगर बोमेंस कैप्सूल में ब्लड एंटर होता है, इट एंटर्स थ्रू द एफरेंट आर्ट्रियोल. If it comes out of the Bowman's capsule, it is efferent arteriole. So these are the two arterioles present in the Bowman's capsule. So if you differentiate both of them, then efferent one, जिससे blood enter हुआ है, वो ज़्यादा wide होती है than the efferent arteriole. The efferent arteriole inside the किडनीज ओनली इनसाइड द नेफ्रॉन ओनली. जब बोमेन्स कैप्सूल से इफरेंट आर्टेरियल बाहर आती है आफ्टर द लीविंग द ग्लोमेरुलस, दे विल अगेन मेक ए नेटवर्क. दैट नेटवर्क इज कॉल्ड एज सेकेंडरी कैपिलरी नेटवर्क एंड दिस लीड टू ए लार्जर वेसल एंड अगेन कन्वर्ट इनटू रीनल वेन्स. तो रीनल वेन्स क्या करेंगे, दे विल ब्रिंग द ब्लड बैक टू द हार्ट. सो रीनल वेन ओनली इज कलेक्टिंग ऑल द ब्लड, दैट इज द प्योर ब्लड, दैट इज द क्लीन ब्लड ओनली coming back to the heart only. So this is all we have seen the flow or the blood supply of the inside the kidney, how the blood is moving. blood enter कहाँ से हुआ था, रीनल आर्टरी. रीनल आर्टरी की ब्रांचेस बन गई आर्टरीओल्स, आर्टरीओल के फिर से ब्रांचेस बन गए, सब मोर एंड मोर ब्रांचेस बनते बनते क्या हो जाता है, एफरेंट आर्टरीओल, स्पेलिंग विद ए. एफरेंट आर्टरीओल ग्लोमेरुलस में एंटर होती है. ग्लोमेरुलस में एंटर होकर के वहाँ पे फिल्टर होता है ब्लड. ब्लड सब सारा फिल्टर हो जाता है तो कहाँ कलेक्ट होता है, एफरेंट आर्टरीओल से ब्लड फिल्टर होकर के इफरेंट आर्टरीओल में कलेक्ट होता है. इनसाइड द इफरेंट आर्टरीओल blood will collect and this efferent arteriole will divide into network of capillaries, जिसको हम बोलते हैं secondary capillary network. और ये सारा नेटवर्क एक दोबारा से एक मेन ब्रांच में कनेक्ट हो जाएगा जिसको हम लार्जर वेसल बोलते हैं. एंड फाइनली क्या होगा, फाइनली या इवेंचुअली ब्लड, सारा का सारा ब्लड एक ही वेन में आकर के जमा हो जाएगा जिसको क्या बोलते हैं, रीनल वेन. और ये रीनल वेन कैरी करती है ब्लड को वापस हार्ट की तरफ. डू द रीडिंग अगेन एंड स्टिल एनी डाउट यू कैन स्टिल आस्क द क्वेश्चन in the comment section of this video. So that is where we'll take a halt. Next part, that is formation of the urine, and the subsequent part of this chapter will cover in the last video that will be coming in the upcoming days. So that is all for this video. Exercise part also we will be having in the upcoming video. Thank you for now.